Do 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 da da dee da da dum la la da 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 dee da 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 dum. Robert, Ruby, and Ryan Robin, a short story. Displaced by construction, the Robins were in search of a new home. Their beloved nest nestled high in an oak tree on Kildare Farm Road, midway between the library and the southern tip of Cary Elementary, had been destroyed when the row of single-family homes had been razed and the trees murdered in order to make way for another apartment building for the ever-expanding Cary population. When husband Robert, wife Ruby, and son Ryan had been cast out from their home, they had been forced to find another. And while there were still plentiful trees in which to build a nest, none of the three Robins had ever felt as safe, secure, or comfortable in their new nest as they had in their old. The first post-apocalypse nest the Robins built was located in a lovely park a short distance north and east of their former nest. But lovely as the park was, and as pleasant as the Robins found the joyful frolicking of human children in the park, the noise of dogs barking elicited a startled response in all three of our Robins, and after giving their nest next to the circular pond near the center of the park a fighting chance, the dismay in Ryan's eyes and the distress in his warbling convinced Ruby that though their nest was sufficient, it was not transcendent, and that the Triple R's would continue searching for an ideal place to build the nest of their dreams. Their next home, located in a lovely stand of trees along the backyards of homes on East Park Street to the north and Melanie Lane to the south, that was bordered by Holtz Lane to the east, proved to be very similar to their first, and a huge improvement over the nest in the park. Robert, Ruby, and Ryan all agreed that this was a nest they could live with and in, and the family enjoyed their time there. Though the Robins enjoyed their newest nest nestled in the backyards of the single-family homes enormously, Ruby was struck with a condition that has been well known among humans for over 100 years when sociologists Sam M. Lewis and Walter Donaldson noted the phenomenon known as how you going to keep them down at the farm after they seen Paris way back in 1918. Robert, Ruby warbled to her adoring mate, we're going nest hunting this afternoon. Susie Sparrow said there's a lovely park a short flight northeast of here, and that she has seen with her own eyes eggs that they are of an enormous size. We are going to fly over late this afternoon and see what's what. I'm hoping that ginormous eggs are laid by equally huge birds that might keep the dogs away. Ginormous, Robert asked. How big is ginormous? She says that they're 23 centimeters across. How's that for ginormous? Wait, shocked Robert exclaimed. Did you say 23 centimeters? Goodness, how wide are they? Susie said that these eggs are round, that they're not blue, they're white, huge and round. Can you imagine? Sounds devilish to me, Robert said, voice filled with fear. Oh, darling, don't be so frightened. We're just going to pop over and take a look. Robert grunted. I'll go with you, but you'd better not get your hopes up. Huge eggs plus huge birds stack up to huge potential problems. Now, don't you dare, he continued, cutting Ruby off. I said we'll go look, and we will. I just have a very bad feeling about this. Well, keep an open mind. Where would we be if every Robin in the world was afraid to go exploring? Yes, dear, Robert replied. And where would we be if every Robin thought it was lovely to build a nest next to Cooper's hawks, condors, or eagles? We'll look, but we'll stay on the lookout. Late in the afternoon, Ruby chirped to Robert and Ryan. It's time to take wing and fly, my love. Susie Sparrow says if we head due east, we'll come to the woodlands where she saw the huge round eggs. Ryan, your father's a bit nervous about these big eggs, so we want you to stay close at wing. Understood? Yes, Mama, I understand, Ryan said. Did Susie say how big the birds are? She did not. She's seen the eggs, but not the birds, so we'll have to see if we can be the first to spy the giant birds that lay the ginormous eggs. How big are the eggs? Ryan asked. Ginormous, Robert said as the trio took to the sky. As you know, robin's eggs are 3 centimeters long and a bit over 2 wide. Susie says these round eggs are 23 centimeters across, and that makes the volume of the round egg 7,238 cubic centimeters versus 56 for robin's eggs. That's well over 100 times bigger. We'll need to be on the lookout. Yes, my darlings, we'll be on the lookout. Just keep your eyes, ears, and minds open is all I ask, Ruby said, as the trio winged their way across Maynard, over a shopping center, and then on to the wooded area west of where Susie Sparrow had seen the huge eggs. Oh my, Robert said as they passed a stretch of woodlands. Look at all the cars. It's very busy here. It is busy beyond the woodlands, but that stretch of forest was lovely, Ruby said. Don't you think? I do, Robert chirped. That was a big stretch and it looked lovely. Agreed, Robert conceded, but I need to see these birds before I'll commit to anything. Understood, dear, Ruby sang. Continuing in their eastward flight, Ryan said, Wow, look at all the humans sitting around that field. Do you think they're handing out food? No, Robert said. They're watching a game. Humans do it a lot. They sit on their bums and watch other humans or sometimes other animals compete. It's very odd, but that's humans for you. Come on, let's circle above the field where they're playing. Maybe we'll see one of the big birds. All right, Ryan replied as they gained altitude. They're running back and forth, aren't they? He asked. And shouting, Ruby said, shaking her. I wonder why they're shouting so. Wait, Ryan said with a, I know what they're doing, and I know what the big eggs are or aren't. The big white eggs are soccer balls. They're playing a soccer game. And listen, there's a loud voice coming from the field. It said the next team to score wins. They're just playing a game when the soccer balls confuse Susie. I used to watch the children playing soccer at the school across the street from our old nest, the one that got torn down. There aren't any ginormous eggs, so there aren't any ginormous birds. I don't know if this is the best place for a nest, but it looks good to me. I think we should explore some more. You know what, Sporto? Robert replied. I think you and your mother are correct. Not that I'm saying this is the place, but I'm certainly saying it may be. Let's have a look, shall we? Just as Robert conceded that the woods around the WakeMed soccer park could be a lovely place to build a nest, the human announcer shouted over the public address system, Score! Score! USA Women defeat Reunion City, Dallas. We have our 2 women's team for tomorrow's $1 million final game. Tomorrow's final pit's bumpy pitch against USA Women for their $1 million payoff.